Well, nerves are much more calm tonight in Cass County, Nebraska than they were last night at this time.
A grass fire raged out of control over the weekend as dozens of volunteer firefighters from departments all over Nebraska worked hard to keep it away from homes.
Right, Master reporting that many neighbors weren't sure when they would see what they would see when they returned home today.
John and Jacqueline, the Nebraska National Guard helicopter team continues to drop water on hot spots here at the Wakanda Lake fire. All afternoon, they repeatedly dipped their big bucket into the lake and headed to another hard-to-reach place here in Cass County. Since the fire was 0% contained overnight, it's much more under control now. 650 acres of grassland and tree lines have burned, and that's not counting what burned in Iowa. That's where the fire started and then jumped over the Missouri River into Nebraska. Fortunately, none of the 220 residences around the lake have been damaged.
Very worried, John. I thought maybe the fun place was going to be gone.
This afternoon, Governor Pillen viewed the damage from above. He wanted to specifically thank the dozens of volunteer firefighters who protected everyone this weekend.
We need to make sure we just reach out and appreciate our volunteer fire department teams in the state of Nebraska. It's good stuff. So,
since it's still so windy and dry here, it's not clear when those who live here will ever feel comfortable again. On your side in Wakanda Lake, Brian Mastery, 6 News.
The support for the firefighters comes from all angles. Earlier today, the Nehaka Volunteer Fire Department told the public they are good on donations.